on my computer, right? Okay, so the meeting is being recorded now. I'm not going to repeat what I just said, but the meeting is now being recorded. And so, just another thanks for everybody for coming out. It's been a fucking wild year, I swear to God. But we're all here, and that's always something that I like to say is like, you're here right now, you know what I mean? And that's freaking awesome, right? So like I said, it's just going to be kind of a series of reflections kind of over the year. No promises that people from exec aren't going to shed some tears during this, because it is a bittersweet moment for a lot of us right now. But yeah, Shiv, I say we get started.
All right, so we just have a couple like questions for reflections. I guess like exec can like go through these and like answer which ones they want to. But then after that, we'll like throw it to you guys and like do a Mentimeter thing again. So we have all of your answers up on the screen anonymously. But does anyone from exec want to tackle these right now? Allie, I'm calling on you.
I hate going first and I also hate going last. So just waiting for someone else to go first. Anyway, it's fine. I'll answer the first question, is what was your favorite part of Active Minds this year? Honestly, I think my favorite part was seeing the organization grow and see how many members came to our meetings, even though we were virtual. I think this year we've had the most amount of people come to our meetings. I think maybe because there's nothing else to do because of COVID, but it's been great. And I think there's a lot of more passionate members. So that's been awesome to see and awesome to kind of be a part of like this whole organization as a whole, and being able to like change things for the better for other students on campus as well together. So yeah, that's been my favorite part.
I think like for me, my favorite part, well, unfortunately, we didn't get to talk to members as much, so a lot of my memories come from like talking to exec. So like just all of our stupid talks with exec are just like really enjoyable. I remember like when we were working on the ribbon exhibition, like making all the ribbons and everything, we were just like holed up in Jack's house for like hours on end, and we just had like really funny conversations. Those are really good times. So that's definitely my favorite. One thing I'm the most proud of this year, personally, I made it out alive, I guess. I'm getting my degree and I'm leaving. Not like I'm not that happy leaving, but like, and also just like all the work that I did through social media for Active Minds was really, really impactful, because now I like want to switch to like graphic design for a career. What I'm looking forward to next year, getting a job. What would you say to someone in your shoes a year ago? I would recommend that they do the ribbon exhibition, because that helped out our organization quite a bit. Anyone else?
Yeah, I can go through all of them. So my favorite part of this year was probably the ribbon exhibition. I think that was very fruitful of an experience. Both just like Siobhan was saying, just having fun with other exec members, putting together as we're setting up for it, but also kind of like the feeling of just taking in what the exhibition like represented, and like realizing how that impacted me. Like in the moment, that was really moving for me. And I think it made it really worthwhile. Just seeing like all the ribbons representing, if anyone's not familiar, it's we did an exhibition where we put out ribbons on South Quad to represent like college students who had commit suicide. I think it's like every year, and it was like 1,100 ribbons, and I don't know, just I'm trying to think what I was gonna say next. But I guess not only did that help our social media presence, but it also made me like really appreciate what this club does for the community. Like I remember like after we got done, we were only gonna have it up like for the afternoon, and then we were like, we did all this work, we can just leave it up. And then we kept pushing off when we're gonna take it down for like, days and weeks at a time. And then all of a sudden it was like months later, and eventually the university took it down. But it was up for a while. But yeah, so that's my favorite part of this year. The thing I'm most proud of this year would be fundraising volunteering committee by far. I think we did a lot of incredible work. A lot of members stepped up and went above and beyond to get the stuff done that we set out to do. And we're still in the process of doing that. We're very successful in the book drive and in Spirit Week earlier this year. Just so much great stuff came out of that club. So shout out to you guys if you're here. What am I looking forward to next year? In terms of the club, I'm looking forward to people continuing doing the great work that we do and continuing to grow and figure out new ways to innovate and do things with the club. I think that there's so much potential with just how far we've come already. And Rushme and Colin are gonna, ride off into the sunset with it. Or maybe I'm riding off in the sunset in this scenario and they're staying here and building up the civilization or whatever. I don't know. You can come up with.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, then I'm looking forward to just getting into the real world, not having to write any more papers for a while. Yeah. I'll be teaching English in Taiwan, hopefully. So that'll be a fun experience. It's really pretty there, good food. What would I say to someone in your shoes a year ago? So a year ago, I was applying for exec and really, really hoping I would get it because I had a lot of like ambition and a lot of cool ideas that I wanted to bring to the club. And so I would say like whether or not you get the exec position or just if you want to participate in the club more, like just do it. Like there's so much opportunity to just like be involved and do cool stuff. So just go for it, just regardless of what your position is. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say. And just like keep doing what you're doing. You guys are all doing great. That was really long. I'm sorry.
Just something I wanted to say really quick is probably what I'm looking forward to most, obviously, next year is doing stuff in person. Like we miss hanging out with you guys a lot. Like some of my best times in Active Minds has just been like hanging out with members, doing stuff like on the quad or during GBMs. So me and Rushme are really excited to bring back in-person stuff next year. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and I just wanted to
Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say I'm really proud of everybody here. We've all put in a lot of work, and this is literally all in the middle of the pandemic. And like, despite the fact that like, I guess at this point it's kind of just become how life is. You guys should really like pat yourselves on the back for the amount of work you've put in. It's not been easy.
We can open it up to our members as well if you guys want to share the 4 of these questions in a Zoom, but we're gonna go through Mentimeter anyway, where you could like submit your answers through there too.
I guess if I could say something.
what I would say to someone in my shoes a year ago, I wasn't a part of this club and I wanted to join, but I was worried about like time commitments and whether or not I like really fit in. And so I would say if you guys like know anyone who's like considering joining, to like totally get them on board, because honestly, like this club is like a lot of fun and like everyone here has such unique perspectives, and I really glad that I joined. And yeah.
I'll go. Oh, Ashley, do you want to go?
You can go. Go ahead first.
Okay. I guess I'll do 4 too. I guess it really wasn't a year ago. It's kind of like backtailing, but I was really scared to join a club as a transfer in, and I wanted to do something that would be relatable to me. So like thinking about sign language or something with mental health. And I would tell someone, just put yourself out there, because literally when I like applied, you guys accepted me like right away, and I just felt like at peace right away. And I was like, I finally feel I belong somewhere. So definitely just put yourself out there.
I'll go ahead and just answer probably like what I would say to someone in my shoes a year ago. I think that like it took me a while to like reach out to people for help, and like one of the people I reached out to was Katrina Bloom, and she's like in my sorority, and like I like kind of was like I finally started dealing with a lot of the stuff that I should have been dealing with for a while, and I'm really happy that I like found this group of people and was able to like share what you guys have taught me with like other people that I know. Like I always shout everyone out like in my classes and stuff. And I think that like I'm just excited to get to know everyone more next year and like become more involved and just like have this community, because it really means a lot.
Hi, okay. I'm new. It's my first meeting, but I guess I'll do number 3. I guess, I mean, from the beginning of this meeting, everyone is so nice and so like interested in everyone's life and like so accepting of everyone. And I was like, oh, okay, this is so new, because every other club that I've been in has been so structured and so like quote unquote formal, and no one's really, you know, taken the time to know what's going on in each other's lives, or like take the time to get to know everyone like you guys have and like I've seen so far. And so I'm excited to do that next year with you guys. So, yeah.
Can I go next?
Yeah, go for it.
Do it.
I'm gonna do number 1, my favorite part of Active Minds this year, and it's really hard to like choose a moment, I guess. So what I'm gonna go with was like probably the fundraising committee meetings, because like I always felt like what I had to say was being listened to, and I felt like I was actually like an important part of it, even though like I had just joined and I didn't really know anybody, and I felt super welcome. And you know, I got to take the initiative, well, not the sole initiative, but part of it, like on a few projects, and that really fed my ego and made me feel real good. So yeah, I'm just really happy to be here with you guys, and yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I could go next. I'll answer number 1. I don't know if I have a favorite part. I'm very indecisive, so I kind of just like enjoy like all the like GBMs, but also like the random opportunities like we get to have. So like the book drive, like Jackson and Rasha were like, "Hey, we're gonna be in front of the Union, come out," and then me and Cass are like, "Okay, we're there," and then we would show up like every weekend, and I don't know, it was just fun like being there, and then like randomly bumping into Rashmi, Shiv, and Jackson on the quad and just hanging out the whole day, or them like walking all around campus with Rashmi to hang out the flyers. Like it was, there's just been so many fun times and so many opportunities that this like org has brought me. So thank you.
if there's no one else, Colin has to leave in a little bit, so I just wanted to give him like the time to like do his little reflection. So I'm gonna go to the slide real quick, and then we'll hop over to the Mentimeter right after that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you guys hear the music my roommate's playing? Can you hear it?
I mean, once you start talking, not really.
All right. So yeah, unfortunately, like I have an obligation I have to be at in like 30 minutes, so I'm gonna have to leave a little early. But I just wanted to give like kind of a shout out and a reflection of this year. So I feel really grateful to have active minds in my life. Like through my college experience, it feels like literally yesterday that I was an overwhelmed freshman walking down the quad on quad day. It was like 90 degrees. I was by myself. I didn't really know like where to go or like who to talk to. And then I stumbled upon these two tall, like smiling, goofy looking dudes, Devin and Liam. And they were holding a sign that said Active Minds, mental health advocacy. And I talked to Liam for like whatever, like a minute. And I knew right away that it would be something really cool to join. And in the almost 3 years since then, it's crazy to see all the growth and the accomplishments that Active Minds has like put forth for our community. And I'm just so grateful to all of our members and everyone on exec who is engaging in this important project together, because it's really only the beginning, it feels like. So I just wanted to give a special thanks to Shavone, Allie, Jackson, and Devin for all they've done. It's been such a good time. You guys have put hundreds of hours into this organization, like poured your heart, your blood, your sweat, your tears, everything you have. And I think you guys have really made a difference. So just wanted to say thanks to you guys, and it's big shoes to fill for sure. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you, Colin, for that. We're gonna hop over to the Mentimeter. I think we're just gonna do like 2 of the questions probably because we're like a little low on time. Let me figure out how to do that. One sec. All right, there you go. So I think it should lead you to like the questions, and go ahead and like just submit your responses, and they'll like pop up here, and I'll like read a couple out.
Shiv, can you just plug the link in one more time?
My bad, I thought I sent that. I love hearing how accepting this club can be. We've like definitely aimed for that. I remember like our first few exec meetings over the summer, that was like a point that we really wanted to hit, and I'm glad that's going through. Devin's luscious locks. Oh my god, absolutely.
Jake, did you put that? Oh god. I feel like
Getting the iCard initiative passed, that's big time.
What was the top bruh moment of Active Minds 2020, 2021? Feeling like I belong. Hell yeah.
Our failed Instagram live debate session. That was so bad. I'm sorry to whoever saw that. It was just me, Jack, and Devin arguing about King Kong versus fucking Godzilla.
Big monk.
Big one. Hanging out on the quad. Speaking of, we have an event tomorrow that you can experience that again. I believe that's at 2.
Shiv, is the next question Jeff Bezos versus the entire working class?
We've already lost that one, buddy. All right, I'll go into the next one. How do I do that? Oh, there you go. Cool. Oh, I also forgot to add, I'm very proud of the merch. That's one thing I'm proud of.
Good job on the merch, Dave.
Thank you, thank you.
The merch is pretty sweet.
Thank you.
Liam's looking fly as fuck with the merch out right now. Oh my.
Siobhan, I
Oh.
actually wore my Active Minds sweatshirt to this meeting I had for this family I'm gonna nanny for. And
Mhm.
they're like they were they're Illini like alums, and so they're like, what's Active Minds? And I told them, and they're like, wow, that's so cool, I wish that was there when we were students.
Hell yeah.
They're like,
That's
that
so young.
sweatshirt is nice. I was like, yeah, my friend Siobhan, he did it all.
I think we might have another drop because, like, I don't know, a lot of people would message me about that. And also, I know like the white ones are like messed up, but I'm gonna try to get that resolved, and we might get like replacements. So I'll update you guys later on that. I've been trying to put myself first. Same here. You know what? Yeah, it's hard, but it's really helpful.
Yeah, king shit to whoever said my fucking self.
Absolutely.
God.
Thank you.
I liked being fucking alive. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Sorry, that definitely was not me.
Winning trivia night. Damn. Team Jackson. Shit.
Who said hashtag team? Oh, Team Jackson. Getting through the winter, though, that's a big one. Winter was rough.
Yeah, that was bad. All right, Dev, you want to take over and move on? Thank
Yeah.
you for all your responses.
What'd you say?
I just said thank you for all your responses to the members, but yeah, you could take over the screen share if you like.
Really off topic, but I think I just saw what Jackson put in the chat, and me having a strong Catholic background that's not so strong anymore. I was like, he just said blessed.
Okay, can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Coolio. All right, Rashmi, it's all you.
What is that picture?
Oh my God, stop.
Rashmi.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to get through this without crying. So I'm gonna miss everybody like crazy. Shiv, it is so funny to me that you were scared of me the first time we met because we didn't know each other ahead of time. We literally met at an exec meeting and we're like, we've never seen each other ever. And then he made a joke about being from LA, and I was like, ew, I'm from San Francisco. And he got scared. I don't think I'm a scary person, but you know, you're so sweet and so kind. And sometimes you're like a ball of anxiety, but let's be honest, all of us are. So I love you for it. Come on. I really do. Allie, I'm gonna miss you like crazy too. Oh, you're so assertive and you're just so cool. Like, I don't know how else to put it, okay? Like, I really, like, I wish I could be that, like, kick ass sometimes, you know? Uh, Devin, I'm gonna miss you a lot. You've been here since, okay, well, I came to university. You were already here at Active Minds, and I remember thinking that you were really nice, and no one can forget your hair. We've seen it in all of its forms. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for being so kind and understanding and being such a backbone to exec and Active Minds for all these years. You've seen it grow, and we're really going to miss you in the next year. And then Jack, I know that you transferred in, but I don't know. I feel like I've also known you for a really long time. We always hang out at your house, like constantly. Thank you for that. And also thank you for being so chill. Just everybody on exec board is so nice and so understanding of other people's problems. Like we're all kind of mean to each other as a joke, but we're not actually mean to each other. Like when we're going through things, we're really nice about it and we talk to each other. And I found friends here, and now 4 of you are graduating. So I'm gonna miss you all like crazy. But I am super excited to try and expand on some of the ideas we didn't get to do this year with Colin next year. So yeah, we're gonna try our best to continue this wonderful legacy that y'all have brought us. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm gonna start crying.
Thank you so much, Rashmi. We love the hell out of you, all right? All right, so next is going to be a few speeches by some of the seniors. And yes, congratulations to the co-presidents of next year, Rashmi and Colin. There's no two people that I would feel more comfortable with handing off this organization to than them two, because they've been here with me for a very long time, and they've seen it all. They know what works. They know this club off the back of their hand, and they're just they're just the best type of people that you meet out there, really. And their personalities very much complement each other, and they're both just fantastic leaders. I mean, I've watched them lead this organization, and I've watched them do so many things with it, and what we have all created with Active Minds right now is I just have such great faith in Colin and Rashmi moving forward with it, because they know how to talk about mental health, and they know how to make people feel at home. So with that, Shivam, you're up.
All right, this can be tough. Just in general is just like a really tough goodbye. I'm not good at goodbyes, but I'm just like infinitely grateful to have like this family and like support system around me. It's been like a huge learning experience, a growing experience. It's just given me so much. So I'm really thankful for everything. I love all of you. Everyone exactly, you guys mean so much to me, and I'm happy that we got to spend so much time together. I just remember like those late night talks talking about like music and like politics, and then getting into like a trillion lions against the sun and arguing about that for days. Um, and all the just the other stupid shit that we used to talk about. I can't really express how thankful I am for all the members as well, supporting me, supporting like the social media accounts, of course, because I care about that so much. Um, just like every little share just means so much to me. It makes me like incredibly happy to see that, and it's like just a reminder that you guys care about the cause and that exec is just doing something right. Um, one story that I kind of remember. I thought Jack was going to touch on it in the beginning, and I was scared he was going to steal my little story. But at the ribbon event, like when we were all finished up, Jack, Devin, and I like went to go like take it down, and we just like stared at it for like a really long time. Like we were just silent, just like staring at it. We've been like working on it like for the entire week, and we were like so focused on like getting or like hitting the deadline, and we didn't really process like the power behind the exhibition until we were like there to like see it. And we like decided not to take it down. I remember like we were just silent, and then Devin just mentions that he just hates the project. And like at first I didn't understand like why he said that, but then like he explained to me and he was like, this like right here should not exist. Like the families that have like gone through like this kind of loss, like they shouldn't have suffered that. And like it's bullshit that it's like this large number every year. And that just like really hit me. I could not get his words out of my head that entire day. Um, and I'm just thankful he did say those words because it really did just like open up my eyes and really like just broaden my perspective on mental health in general. And that's like that continuously happens. Devin's taught me so much. Like he told me not to say like commit suicide because it like criminalizes everything. I'm like, that shit fucking makes sense. You're so right. So Devin, thank you so much. I respect the hell out of you, and I love you, man.
Jackson.
I don't know what I'm gonna say, but Siobhan, that made me really emotional. So yeah, so I'm really bad at goodbyes. It's really always been awkward for me. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But I thought I could probably manage to say thank you to everyone because I can't really express like how invaluable like this club has been for me. I don't know, like I transferred into this school like really looking for a community and a place where I could like become a better leader and like learn about myself and about like how to interact with my community and just like I don't know, do something that feels meaningful and worthwhile to me and also make friends, you know. And this club has given me all of that and more, like more than I could have expected. So yeah, that's what I'll say about that. But I pulled this tweet that like I think I was feeling emotional about like this being my last semester like a month ago, and I saw this tweet like repost on Facebook, and like it actually made me emotional. And I'm like, dude, it's a Cookie Monster, but it's like, you know, I'm not gonna be sad because the year is over, the experience is over. I'm gonna be sad, or I'm gonna be happy and grateful that it happened at all, you know. And that's been helping me through this, and I just have so many memories that I could like cherish and take with me going forward, and so much like just like so many like the skills and experiences that I'll take with me forever. I don't know. I just learned a lot and made a lot of great friends. But yeah, and I guess I should say something about each person. So first of all, Siobhan, since you just went, like I haven't thought about what I'm gonna say. But Siobhan, like I'm just like so impressed by like how much work you put in to like the social media thing, because I don't have that skill, and you're just always on it, always come out with these great graphics, just like really putting a lot of weight on your shoulders, and just yeah, killing it consistently. So I really appreciate that. And you're just like such a fun dude to be around, and like, you know, I love that you like distract me every single GBM and with like just making me laugh the entire time, like during serious subjects. I'm always gonna look back fondly on those moments. And then yeah, Ali, it was so great getting to know you. Like I didn't really know you coming in, but you're just like such like we needed to have that like extroverted energy on exec that just like, I don't know, like Rashmi was saying, just like the super strong energy, just to like tell it how it is, you know. I really appreciated that in every meeting, and I wish we could have hung out more. And let's see, Colin, I know he's not here right now, but Colin's one of the first people I met in the club, and he's always been like working super hard every time, you know, he's involved in a project. And he also has these like killer goodbyes, or not goodbyes, closings to every GBM. Like I like how we just like threw on him like, okay, and Colin's gonna close this out every single time. Every single time he's like, okay, and he kills it. So I appreciate that. And Rashmi, you are one of the kindest and most like joyful people to be around, just period. And I'm like really happy I got to know you. And yeah, we have so many great experiences with like, you know, as people were mentioning, just like hanging out with exec at like my house and things like that. And I'm just, yeah, super grateful to get to know you. And Devin, last but not least, certainly not least, you are literally the glue that holds this entire thing together. You were here from the beginning of the org, basically. Liam can attest to that. And I'm just like me and Shivom have talked about this before, like how like astounded we are with like how much work you put in and how much like, I don't know, emotional investment you have in the club. And it's just super impressive. And like, I know that like the club will be successful going forward, but I think you just left like such a lasting impact on the club just with the time that you've given now. And so I just respect you so much, dude. So yeah, I think that's everybody. And I guess I did all right too. All right, I'm good. Love you all.
We love you so much too, Jack. So we got mine. Ellie, do you want to go before or after me?
I don't care. So I got vaccinated on Monday, so I've been like taking a shit ton of naps. As you can see, I'm very out of it. So like I didn't make my own slide, but I still want to do a reflection. So if you want, I can go now.
I mean, do you want to? It's up
I
to
don't want to go last.
Okay. And you're not going first, so.
Okay, yeah. So okay. So it's been a journey with me in Active Minds. I remember being so scared to go to my first meeting. I was in a really like dark place as a sophomore, and I was like, maybe I had like a really toxic roommate at the time, and I just needed to get out of the house and do something with other people. And I saw Active Minds, and I was like, wow, okay, let's go. And I remember being terrified because I was 10 minutes late to my first meeting. And so I was like that last person that walked in, and I kind of wanted to cry. But then all of a sudden, like everyone was like we were doing a discussion, and everyone was actually like talking and like listening to each other, and I was like, wow, this is a breath of fresh air. And I remember like was trying to be as engaged in the organization as possible, and I, for some reason, what's coming up in my head is seeing the exec board during that year at the union, because I'd always go to the union to study, and I'd always see Liam or Devin there, and they'd be like, hi, Allie, and I'd be like, oh my god, hi. And then I remember one time it was like the second semester, so it was like 2018, I think. And no, that was my freshman year. It was 20 shit, I don't know my years. It's 2019. And I remember I saw the whole exec board having a meeting, and they just looked so into their conversation that I just couldn't interrupt them and say hi. And then when I told them this at like some tabling event, they're like, you should have just come say hi. Like, we would have loved to see you. And I was like, oh, well, okay. So I just knew this organization was like really welcoming and whatnot. And I just remember being so excited when I got my exec board position, and I was just like, Mom, I'm on exec board for Active Mind. She's like, I don't know what that means, but good job. And it was just great. And like, I have so many memories of just like, Siobhan, like, you know, I love you. I know I shit on you all the time, but I do it out of the utmost love possible. Like, I kid you not, during exec board meetings, like half the time I'm just roasting Siobhan, and the other half of the time it's like silently crying. But it's all out of love. And then Jackson, yeah, I remember I was at your house and I was a little intoxicated, and I was like, you know, I wish we hung out more. Like, I feel like if we had hung out more during this, we would have became like best friends. And he was like, yeah, he was also out of it too, so we were both just like, yeah. And then I just like, you always get my jokes, Jackson. Like, you're like, whenever I make like a stupid joke, I always see you smile, or you always comment on it in the chat, and I'm like, yes, he understands me, he gets it. Rashmi, you're so sweet to me. You've always been so nice, and I absolutely love you so much. You're like what I wish I could be. You're so like genuinely kind and whatnot. And I love those like times when we hung out. And then of course Monica would be there, but like we got closer through Monica, but I love just spending time with you. And that one time we worked on our slides together at Brew Lab, was just so much fun, and it was just like refreshing to be able to just talk to you about life and not just like school stuff and Active Minds. It's just like, I'm gonna miss you so much, and it sucks that you live in Cali, because after you graduate, it's like, how am I gonna talk to you? And then it was, I'm gonna say like a quick thing about Colin. I know he's not here, but like Colin's also been great. Okay, now I'm having like, knew what I wanted to say about Colin, and now it just like disappeared. Brain fart. Okay, let's see if I can remember. So I remember being thanks, Rashmi. I remember when Colin became an exec board member, which was, he was a freshman. He was like a second semester freshman, I think. And I was just like so amazed by the way he like talked about mental health and advocating for it. Just like, there's something about Colin's voice that is just so mesmerizing. Like, you know, like, so I was just like, wow, I like this kid. I like this kid. I'm gonna be friends with this kid. And then I got on exec, and and then of course Colin and I started talking more. And I wish I had hung out with him more while I was at U of I. But you know, he's just a great person. I love his energy, and I think he's gonna be a great co-president with Rashmi. And then Devin. Devin, I always talk about you as if like you're like my first friend from Active Minds. You were so welcoming to me in my first meeting, and whenever I'd see you in the union, you'd always stop by and say hi while I was like studying. Like literally, I'd have like my headphones on, like my noise canceling headphones, and he'd walk up to me and be like, so I couldn't miss him. And I was like, oh hi. It was just like, and then you just were such a great president this past year, and really glad that we've been able to have like such a good relationship, not just like through Active Minds, but as friends as well. And that road trip we did to DC with Emily, we'll never forget. There's something about a road trip that just brings you closer with a person. So yeah, I'm gonna miss everyone so much, and I'm just so excited to see where this organization goes in the future. And yeah, sorry for stumbling over my words through that whole thing, but
You did good.
No,
oh, thank you.
absolutely perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And yeah, kind of for my reflection, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a part of it's a little bit of a history lesson, I would say. Yeah, part of it's a little bit of a history lesson. And so I did a little bit of searching through my email, and so a lot of this reflection is going to be, a lot of this is going to be a series of emails. And you know, I do want to preface this. And I do want to talk individually to Liam right now, because I just want you to know, Liam, that your presence in this club is still here. Like I want you to know that right now, that the presence of the club is, because you've had such a profound influence on me, and it's really shaped the way that I've been going throughout this organization. And so this is one of the first emails that I had received from Active Minds. And I know some people have gotten this email from us as well. It's, you know, an invitation to join the organization. And this was really the first club that I had been in on campus as a second semester freshman, you know, coming into college. Didn't know what the heck was going on with my life, didn't know what the heck was going on with myself, and was dealing with a lot of things. And then I found this club, right, Active Minds, who were talking about, you know, opening up the conversation about mental health and mental illness. And I was just like, you know what, why not, right? Let's just go out here, see what it's about. They had a general meeting, and I remember, and this is just crazy, because I remember going to the first meeting, and it was the executive board, and then me and somebody else. That was just it. It was just me and somebody else. This was a fresh club. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of people. There wasn't a whole lot of people in it, and that's just what happens when you're a club that's just starting out. It's not reflective of the people who are running it. It's just a new club starting out, talking about a controversial subject. You know what I mean? So I go there, and then we have a conversation. I forget what the hell we talked about, but we talked about something about mental health. And then I remember next, I received this email from Liam as well, saying, "Hey, dude, you know, we really liked your involvement at the general body meeting. You want to come out and apply for exec?" And I was just like, "All right, dude, hell yeah." You know, I went to this one meeting, and then I was invited on exec. The thing is, and Liam, I'm sure you remember, I never formally applied for exec. I kind of just came out exec. I never really applied for exec, which was
All I needed was your consent, Evan.
You're just like, fill out the application, and then you're just like, fill out the application, you should be fine. And then I was like, yeah, I'll get around to it. But yeah, just never really got around to it. And so this is the email that was sent to me, which is kind of the start of this whole journey that I would be going through, and that I'm, concluding as I speak right now. And so kind of moving forward, this was one of the most exciting things that would happen kind of along the way with Active Minds. Is when Liam and I started up the projects committee, because we were thinking about, and we're like, we've got this club, we've got a lot of motivated people in this club, because we'd grown a lot since then. And we're just like, after talking about mental health and thinking about it, we're just like, bro, there has to be something more, because everything that comes around to this, there's some serious problems at the university right now, and mental health care and mental health is something that's so severely stigmatized. We got to do something about it. You know what I mean? And so this is the email that I got when we opened it. The projects committee started out as a Google Doc, and then it kind of transformed into a folder, and then into this group of people. And that's where we started working on a lot of the stuff when it came to the iCard initiative, the syllabus statement initiative, which is just an insanely cool part of the club. And then this is another email. We're still kind of building the foundation of Active Minds, right? And this is our first email to Carla McCowan at the counseling center, and we're just like, we've decided to explore the possibility of posting a crisis lifeline or a similar resource to the back of students' iCards. And this is the first email that we had ever sent to the projects committee, or that we had sent to the counseling center. And so since then, you see by the response, she's just like, we're excited about this. We'd be happy to work with you, just establishing that foundation with the counseling center. And, to this day, we still have a really good relationship with the counseling center. And then we actually secured a meeting with the director of the iCard programs. And I remember what actually happened was I walked into the meeting with him, with John Ely, and he essentially said, "No, we can't do this. There's not enough space on the back of iCards for this," which is kind of a devastating thing. But I'm gonna kind of bring that back at the end of it. And then I know that Ananya is not here right now, but I'm recording this meeting so that she can kind of look at this afterwards. I found the time that her and I had become connected on Messenger. Because that's the thing about Active Minds, is I met one of my best friends through Active Minds, and Ananya's someone who's been there for me countless times. And I know Ananya, that, whatever you and I have been involved in, whether it be through Anemone, I know that I've made some crappy decisions along the way, and I know that I may not have been the best person all the time, but I appreciate nonetheless you always being there for me, and you always giving me a chance. And I know that you're not at the meeting right now, but I just wanted to highlight this, and I wanted it to kind of be a little bit of an example on just what the sheer power of this club can do, and the types of people that it can connect you to, that the type of people that it can connect you to. And so moving on, this was a picture of kind of our table on the quad. Little bare bones type thing, you know what I mean? And for those of you that don't know, it's the man, the myth, the legend, Corey Weinstock himself. And that was one of our first tables that we had ever gone out on the quad with. and just kind of talking about the growth of the club. You know, we went from something like this to something like this. You know what I mean? Just the sheer elevation and caliber of organization that we're talking about here. And it was just such an amazing thing to watch all this shit happen so freaking quickly. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking senior right now, and I'm be graduating in however many weeks. And of course, that's not something that I can conceptualize at this moment in time. You know what I mean? But you know, just reflecting on it right now, it's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Watching it go from that to this, and then I didn't even know, you know, if stuff could even go, you know, further than that. You know what I mean? Because this was the group me that we initially started at 15 members, you know, because we went from something like this, you know, talking about mental health with 15 people to talking about mental health with 277 members in a group me. I've never seen a group me with that many people, but it was just such an amazing thing throughout all these 4 years to see so many people who are passionate about something, whether you struggled yourself or whether you know someone that you struggle with, you're joining the mission for a reason. You know what I mean? All 277 people in this group, right, joined here for a reason. And I know everybody's very conscious of that reason that they're here. You know what I mean? And that's a reason that you're going to stay true, whether it be for yourself or whether it be for somebody else. And I think that it's commendable. It's absolutely commendable. Opening up a conversation about mental health and mental illness in your own life. It's the hardest thing in the world, man. It's really the hardest thing in the world. And I've never seen anybody do something that's more brave, that's more valiant than that. I've never seen anybody do something that's more brave than that. And these are the wonderful people that I've had the privilege of being on the executive board with. You know, Jack. Man, you've been through a fucking lot, man. I don't know. Ever since, I think when our friendship really solidified, Jack, is when you put in all the fantastic work that you've done in the projects committee, man. And you know, I knew, you know, when I first met you, you know, I knew that you know, I saw that you were a kind of quiet individual. You know what I mean? But I never thought that was who you were. You know,
Could you take this in?
that's something that I don't know if that's something that you throw back and forth in your mind if you think you're defined by things like that. You know what I mean? But the minute that I met you, I knew that you'd become my friend, you know, because I saw the stickers on your laptop, dude. And I knew that we were going to be good friends. I really knew that we were going to be good friends. You know, I saw you had an Earl sweatshirt thing on there, and I was like, this kid's fucking cool, man. And just to watch that evolution and just to hear you open up to me, you know, about stuff that you're dealing with, man. Like I said, I've never seen anything more brave or valiant than that. And I'm just super privileged to be in your life. And I'm super privileged for you to be in my life as well. Siobhan, I chose that picture for a reason, you know, because it is my favorite picture of you. If for those of you that don't know, I don't know what Siobhan was doing in there, but he's just absolutely styling. And holy shit, bro, are you
I told him to pose like that. I took the picture.
And holy shit, Siobhan, aren't you always styling? I remember when me and Liam were thinking about getting you on exec. I remember we were looking at the work that you had done with the projects committee as well, and how you were just there, you know, when the projects committee was experiencing a lot of slow progress, but you just kept coming to the meetings, man. You know, you had faith in whatever the hell that we were doing, and then just inviting you on exec and just watching you blow up as a person, man. watching you absolutely unleash yourself and really unsheath the true power that you do have as a person, buddy. Like the influence that you've had in people's lives, Shivam, especially amongst the COVID-19 pandemic with our increased online presence, dude. You've made this organization what it was, man. All this progress that we've been talking about throughout this meeting, you know, you've played quite a crucial part in that. You know what I mean? And I know that you struggle yourself, you know. I know that you struggle sometimes, and I know that you have feelings of inadequacy, man, and that's okay, right? We all go through a lot of stuff like that, man. But like I said, I'm recording this video, and if you ever need something, you know, you can just come back, because you're a goddamn beautiful person inside and outside. And I'm just so thankful that I've had the chance to meet you and that I've had the chance to work with you and just know you as a goddamn person. You know what I mean? You're really just the best type of person out there, man. And I hope that everybody in your life can see that as well. Allie, I'm talking to you.
Who?
I'm talking to you. And yes, Allie, I remember you being scared of Active Minds, and I remember you being scared of the executive board. But you know, whenever you would talk at general body meetings, you know what I mean, it would just be like the most brilliant stuff. And just how open you are, man. How open you are with so many things, Allie. I want you to know that that's had such a profound impact on so many people, because I think the thing is, Allie, when somebody opens up about something, mental health, when they see somebody open up about something, then they're motivated to open up about mental health themselves as well. And of course, that's not something that I could quantify, Allie, but I want you to know that that's something that you've influenced people to do. You've influenced other people to open up about their mental health, which, like I said, is the bravest thing that anybody can ever do. And you've played a crucial part in that, Allie. You've really played a crucial part in that. And just having you on exec and the energy that you boast all the time, and the energy that's just coming out of you all the time. I think Tamara said that it's contagious, you know what I mean? And it is. It's absolutely wonderful just to be around you all the time. To be just in your presence is a beautiful thing. And Rashmi's like, no, don't do anything. But Rashmi, oh my gosh, you've been in the club for forever. You've really been in the club for forever. And similar thing, where every time you would open up about something at the meeting, it would just be absolutely brilliant. And you know, you always spoke with such confidence. You always spoke with such confidence all the time. And you know, everything that you would say would just be extremely intelligent, you know, things that I couldn't understand, you know, until I went home and reflected on it myself. And then I remember, you know, when you were a member, you volunteered to share your story on Instagram, with kind of our little, you know, citizen or people of New York type thing that we were doing, you know what I mean? And just when I think of somebody smiling, Rashmi, I think that your face comes to my mind all the time, just because you've got such a great personality, and you're just such a positive person. And I can't, whenever I'm around you, Rashmi, I can't help but to be positive myself. It's just absolutely beautiful. And you have that impact on everybody that you meet out there. And you're just a wonderful person to be around all the time. And I'm so glad that I've had the privilege to work with you and that I've had the privilege to meet you. And Rashmi, don't ever stop giving people hugs, all right? Don't ever stop giving people hugs because you give the best hugs out there, all right? And I wish everybody in the world would be able to get a hug from you, Rashmi. And then Colin, I know you're not here right now. Similar to Rashmi, you've been in the club for goddamn forever too, man. And all the work that you've done, with projects committee, with me and Liam. I know that kind of at the beginning of the projects committee, it was just kind of you, me, and Liam, kind of really doing work. You know what I mean? And I just want you to know that the work that you've done with that has been realized in some sense. Of course, the work will never be done, right? But the thing is, you know, you've been there for everybody. You've been there for everybody on exec, and you've been there for me. You've been there for everybody, man. Like everybody's saying, just hearing your voice and hearing you say I love you is really just, I'm gonna start playing that when I go to bed at night. And Colin, there's nobody that I would rather have be the co-president other than you and Rashmi, all right? And if you see this, man, I love the shit out of you, and you're gonna do amazing work going forward. And I'm sorry that this whole thing was so long. I'm sorry, I just completely lost myself. But yeah, this is kind of the conclusion. To see it go from this, you know, this is the work that we ended up getting realized was the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline printed on iCards, as well as a syllabus statement in about 5 departments on campus. But I do want to thank the people that matter the most. You know I kind of got on my soapbox about exec, but the people that matter the most, I think, is everybody, is the entire club, right? Each and every one of you that's out there, that's put in the time, that's spent however long in the organization, doesn't matter how long you've been in the organization, you've got a goddamn home here, all right? You've got a place that you can stay, you know what I mean? You've got a couch that you can rest on when you come to our meetings and things like that. Because everybody in this club is passionate about this mission, and it's a fucking hard mission, man. It's a fucking difficult concept to grasp in our own lives and also in the lives of other people. It's just such a difficult thing, and I know each and every one of you struggle with your own shit, you know what I mean? And just watching the responses from the Mentimeters kind of brought so many good things into my heart. You know, but each and every one of you is going through something individually. But the fact that you're out here right now, the fact that you're here right now, listen to some fucking guys speak, you know what I mean? And working towards the mission so that you and other people could be open about mental health is fucking beautiful. All of you are fucking beautiful. I think I got through it. I'm sorry that was so long.
Yeah, it feels weird not being like sentimental right now, but we do have a couple events coming up. Like I said, tomorrow I can see you guys in person on the quad, 2 p.m. We're just gonna hang out with you guys, and do whatever the fuck you want. I don't know, grab froyo, grab anything you want from Green Street. Then on Friday we have our big exhibition again. Check the group chat for some more details. But it's gonna be a really good one. We want to have a lot more outreach, just like the ribbon event. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you for everyone who signed up. We already have a lot of signups, but we would love to have some more because there's a couple times that don't have too many people. And then Saturday we have our open mic, 5 p.m. Please sign up. We have our registration form in the link tree, and yeah, we're open to anything. Send it out to your friends. I'm gonna post something about it tomorrow as well. It's gonna be over Zoom. I think we might just use like the same Zoom link for our GBMs. Or we might make a new one, but it'll be in the link tree before the event is up. But yeah. We have one more slide, Devin. I like the picture, so I want you to show it. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Jack, for putting it up for me.
If you guys couldn't tell, I'm holding Colin.
Yeah. But thank you guys for coming out. We love you so, so much.
But yeah, Shiv is everybody free to go. Yeah, if you're free to go, if you want to stick around and say some things, we'd definitely be down.
I guess one like pretty broad thing. I don't want to take much time, but really thank the sum total of all of your efforts the last few years to accomplish so many of those things Devin brought up that Devin and I were told a few years ago, not a long time ago, that they weren't really feasible, they weren't practical, but hard work overcomes those sorts of obstacles. So keep the faith, work hard, keep supporting each other. You guys are fucking beautiful. I mean, this is something far beyond what I could have possibly imagined at the time. That was like what Devin was saying, like, oh, okay, so now we have like 15 members or whatever. All right, how do you even, where do you go from here? But when you love and trust your friends, you work hard together, and you're a bunch of smart, cool fucking people, you know, we make our way. All right, I'm gonna call it a day.
Goddamn, Liam. From all of us, we fucking appreciate you coming out here, man. And like I say,
There's no possible way I could have spent any of that time better. You realize.
But yeah, Liam, kind of just what I was saying before is just about the influence that you've had on my life very much shaped the way that Active Minds was run moving forward. And you know, I can confidently say, you know, like all the successes that we've had, all of the successes that we've had and all the great things that we've done, Liam. This is what you've done, Liam.
Definitely not that. If anything, the way I thought about things back in the day was I knew you were more of like the chosen one / would be able to connect with more people and do a better job. But you were just a little kid. So I was like, all right, I'll bust out my frat bro projection of confidence and try to get it rolling for you.
Your influence, Liam, is ridiculously felt. That's what I want to say.
Both ways. I mean, or that goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of times, like, if it weren't for your continued passion and hitting me up about stuff, like, I just would have had too much going on as a senior to put in the work I did.
You're always my friend, Liam.
That one definitely goes both ways. It's been real, dude.
I look forward to that coffee that we have next time, all right?
As do I.
Thank you so much, Liam. Love the hell out of you, man.
You do. Thank all of you. This is the most inspiring fucking thing I could have witnessed. One in time where I'm at a real life crossroads. So, thank you all.
Of course, Liam.
I really am.
Is it really the final GBM?
No, it's just your last one.
Dude, fuck that. We're having some other fun.
Didn't I attend my last GBM?
Ooh. That's true, man.
Always another cup of coffee, my man.
There's always another cup of coffee. You're absolutely right.
That's not just an us thing.
Yeah, that's true. Oh. Cass, how's Willie doing?
I had to bring him so he could say bye. Bye.
Oh my gosh, bye, Willie. We love you so much. Willie is the mascot.
He
Willie
is the mascot.
Cass, I'm gonna steal your cat, but like not actually.
You can visit anytime.
Yes.
No stealing.